guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to 2020. Today I'm going to talk about my plans for my reading in 2020, show you all the crafts I worked on in December, and show you book haul. So first thing, let's talk about the crafts I worked on in December and get that out of the way because it's not just a whole bunch. So y'all have seen, I don't know whether you remember it or not, or whether I had enough that you could tell what I was working on, but y'all have seen this quite a bit since last May, because that's when I started it, and it's still not finished. The cat has a bow in her hair here, and there's one that goes here, and she's holding a stringer of fish. So I've still got some work to do on this, but I did quite a bit of it in December, so I wanted to show you that. There's only 24 more of these to do, so I guess I better get on that, huh? But for Christmas, my husband got me a new light, so I've been cross-stitching a little bit more, so that might happen. Okay, the next thing is the pattern, the Harvest Cardigan by Tin Can Knits, and I'm just using this is some acrylic yarn that I picked up at Walmart. I thought it was pretty. I love this color of turquoise, and I love this dark navy. So those are my favorite colors. So I was drawn to it. So, so far, I've got the armholes done, and I'm down here to just below kind of the waist shaping. There's not really a whole lot of waist shaping because it is a cardigan. It's a free pattern. So I'm there. I started this in December while we were on a camping trip, and I hope to have it finished this month. So that is that. That's where I'm at on that. So that's the two craft projects I've been working on. I also started a Santa diamond painting. It's a Victorian diamond painting, and he's actually he's got his hand outstretched like this, I think, and he's catching an owl. It's a Victorian looking Santa. I didn't get very far on that, really. Basically, I did a little bit of the snow on his feet, and that is all I did. I don't know whether I burnt myself out on diamond painting or whether I just wasn't in the mood to do much of it in December or so. I'll get back to that when I get back to it, though, but I didn't even bring it in here with me because there's no progress really to show. So now let's talk about the books I have finished so far in 2020. I've only finished one, and it was a very good book. Okay, so far this year I have only completed one book. It's a steampunk Christmas fairy tale, Goblins and Snowflakes. This was really good. There was a hint of romance without it being like crazy romance. I would say it was almost G romance, PG romance. Very good. There was she is a strong scientific brain, but she doesn't know really where that's at. And I'm hoping that this is a series and more comes from it. But so far, this is what I've read in, I think I started this in January. I think I started this January 1st. And I finished it earlier today, and it's the 5th. So, that's all I've read so far this year, other than started this last year, and I have read some more of this year. It's Anthony Kiedis' story from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Scar Tissue. His life is so different from what I would call a normal life that I'm having a hard time getting through this. So far, I am to the earlier stages of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and there's just so much. If you don't know, he has struggled with addiction, and there's just so much drug use and the issues that go along with his drug use. And this starts out with his early childhood, and you get a sense of feeling sorry for him because a major part of his addiction was because of a family member, and you can tell he still really loves that family member, but you also can tell that that family member seriously enabled his addiction, and you just feel so bad for him. So I have read more of this year, and I hope to finish it soon, but it is a hard book to read, but I am interested because I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he has got a pretty artistic mind, and I'm just fascinated. So I hope to finish that soon. So that's what I have read and what I'm currently reading. Now let's look at book haul. Okay, so these next few books I have gotten out of little free libraries. I think I showed this book. Let's just get this out of the way because this is the only bought book. This was my book of the month for December, The Family Upstairs. I still haven't read it yet, but I'm super excited about that. This is the only purchase book from December. The rest of these came from little free libraries. I picked up Messenger of Fear by Michael Grant. Make 'em Laugh. This is the story of Debbie Reynolds. Sandra Brown's Fiction. This is the book Wander. It's a children's book, and I'm really excited about reading this. It's been a long time since I heard anything about this book, but I remember it being everywhere when it first came out, so I'm excited about that. Harlan Corbin's Shelter. And Nightfall by Jake Halpern and Peter Kovansky. Girls of Rahad, maybe. I picked this one up at a little free library. And 1,000 Splendid Suns. I picked that one up at a little free library. So that was my December book haul. If you noticed, I didn't film last month because, life was just busy and I wanted to take a break. And I didn't get a whole lot of reading done. I didn't get a whole lot of crafting done. So I didn't really feel like I had a lot to bring to you guys. But one thing I want to do is, I know when I told y'all I was building these bookshelves, I told you I wanted to thin out my books, and I keep bringing more books in. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on a shelf a month, and we're going to I'm going to eliminate 2 books. I'm either going to read both of those books, or I am going to go ahead and just put one in the little free library or 2 in the little free library. Either way, I'm going to eliminate 2 books from each shelf. That is my goal this year, is to eliminate books from these bookshelves. That being said, this is the box we're going to focus on first. And we're going to go through this shelf together. And one of these I already know I accidentally picked up in the little free library last month. So one of these that can go is another copy of 1,000 Splendid Suns. That's bad when you don't even know what's on your bookshelf to the point where you're picking up double copies. So I know that I want to get rid of that. Another book on that shelf is The Shack. I wanted to read this for years, so I will probably jump onto this one and get it off my shelf. This one may possibly just be a donate book, because it's Jimmy Buffett Tales from Margaritaville. I don't even really know why I picked this book up. I don't know what fascinated me about it. So that one could possibly go. Then we have Meg Cabot's Insatiable. Nanny Returns. The Heroines. I have no idea what that book's about. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I do want to keep this one. Eleanor Rigsby. A Sister's Secret. Echo Park by Michael Connolly. I picked this one up out of the Little Free Library in the last few months, so I definitely want to keep that and make sure that I get that read. But again, it's on my bookshelf, so I need to read it, huh? Deep Shadow. I don't know where I got this. Looks kind of interesting. That might be one I check out for the month. Harlan Corbin's Home. Salt, Sugar, Fat. How the Food Giants Hooked Us. If you guys don't know, I have been keto for roughly 18 months. I've lost 40 pounds. Last May I changed jobs. It's the job that I'm working in now is more sedentary, and I'm having to learn how to overcome that. And unfortunately, I did gain 9 pounds back, but I am currently working on that, and I have so far lost 4 of those pounds. So, we'll go from there. So this is along my lines. Being keto, sugar, wheat, that kind of thing. If you do your research, it's scary how it can affect your body. And so I'm sure that's why I picked that book up. And that may be something to read, to kind of get me in the mindset of staying active on my goal. The last 3 books is The Widow of the South. I picked this up several years ago at a garage sale. Y'all know that I like historical fiction or just historical books. So I can understand why I picked that one up. This is The Long Earth by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. I need to see if this is part of a series. I may need to rearrange my shelves so that series go together and figure out if I need to work on obtaining the others in the series or just deciding that I don't want to read that. These Postit Notes that I'm pulling off here, these little tabs, I started going through my bookshelf several months ago and marking books that I for sure wanted to read, and I haven't read them, so that system obviously didn't work. So I'm going to try this again, and we're going to go block by block and see how we can eliminate by either reading or basically just giving up on and donating. Another one of my things, if you haven't noticed by my current read, is kind of indulgent looks at, I would call them like tabloid reads. So this next one is all along those lines, and it is Tori Spelling. I have read pretty much everything she has written up to this book, so maybe I need to just read this one and get it off my shelf, because all of her books have been quick reads, or determine whether it's something that I'm still interested in or not. This is Uncharted territory, and I like how she always uses her name as a play on words in her titles. I think that's cute. But that is this shelf, and we will revisit this stack of books at some point in the month. I'm going to go through them and determine what we're going to get rid of and what we're going to read, and we will revisit and see what this square looks like at the end of the month. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you're all having a happy new year. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.